what to do if your government is weird. I'm not suicidal. I'm a safe driver. I love my family members. And I live in a safe area. I gotta stop. Alright, so yeah, but anyways. Video topic, what to do if your government is weird. It's probably gonna be a short video. Because I don't want to die. Okay, wait. Alright, let me focus in. So what to do if your government is weird? You know, if you suspect that you may have a weird government, whether it be because of any files, or anything. Okay, actually, let me lock in Daz. Okay, let me actually focus. Okay, if you suspect your government may be weird, and not cool and not swaggy, you know, I figured out what we, what we should do. I mean, what you should do if this were to happen. First things first. Number one is I think they should just like talk about it with the regular peoples. You know what I'm saying? First of all, check your homeboy. Make sure he's not a Fed. We don't mess with feds. You know what I'm saying? Hey, F12. You know what I'm saying? But like, look, right? Make sure your homie's not a Fed, and then just make sure you're talking about it with people, whether it be like through social media or just like friends and like stuff and people. Just make sure you're talking about the government. And if you think that your government may be weird, just talk about it with the regular peoples, with the normals. So we can get to the bottom of this. So you can get to the bottom of this if this is happening in your country. What was the next thing? Next thing, civically engage. Shout out to my government teacher for teaching me this. Get involved, you know what I'm saying? Do something, make a change. If you think your government is weird, just try to be normal. And, try to get your government to be normal by, like, doing stuff. Do I know what I'm talking about? Hell no. Do some research. Why are you coming to me, bro? You clicked on this video because you knew I was going to be on BS, bro. So don't act like you... Anyway, so yeah, civically engage. Make moves. What am I talking about? And what I mean with that is like, start movements, just talk about what you think is right. Civically engage, vote, protest, whatever. Keep it peaceful, because peace is freaking awesome. And peace and love on the planet Earth. that was so cringe, bro. Oh my god, I actually might delete this footage, bro. Oh my god, that was so bad. What else to do if your government is weird? Alright, now that we think, not the feds are gone. We're 3 minutes in, I was finally waiting. Not the feds are gone, right? What do you think about them files, guys? I think they true, bro. I think they true. And it's weird. I feel like we're not talking about it enough. Isn't it weird how they're like censoring names? You know what I'm saying? Me personally, if I was in government, right, and I get the choice to release the files, I'm releasing everything, like, cause I know I'm not in there. Now, if I was in there, I'd be, I'd be shitting bricks, bro. I'd be terrified if I was in there. I'd be like, oh my gosh, I have a wife. I'd be stalling. I'd be like, guys. I'd be like, if I was a Republican, or if I was the Republican, what? If I was a politician, or if I was a president, on either side of the spectrum, I'd be like, wait, guys, I know you see the files, but look at the Republicans, look at the Democrats, guys, look at the other countries. I'd be throwing people off. I'd be hitting y'all with the boobs. I'd be hitting y'all with the boobs. You're not catching me. No matter which side of the Republican. Why do I keep saying Republican? Bro, Republican is such a goated word. Am I gonna get killed? What am I talking about? It just sounds like a smart person word. You know what I'm saying? Republican politicians. I should not be allowed to vote, bro. That's crazy that I can vote. Anyway, I keep saying Republican, but what I mean is like politician. I don't know why I keep getting that mixed up. That is my bad. But look, right? If I was a politician, I'm hitting the moves, bro. You're not catching me. I'm flaming both sides. I'm flaming Democrats. I'm flaming Republicans. I'm flaming left. I'm flaming right. I'm flaming all of y'all, bro. I'm flaming everybody just to make some move, just to dodge, bro. Just to get out of Dodge. But luckily, I'm not on the files. So if I was in government, I'm releasing everything. All right? So isn't it weird how they're not doing that? right? So that's what I'm saying, right? But what do you think? Is that so? You want me to stop? What if I was your president and I mandated all over your country? Bro, this is the worst video I've ever made in my life. This is so corny. But anyways, yeah, so look, sort of to answer the the question, what to do if your government is weird? Don't be weird. Don't be weird and snitch. I'm snitching the second, bro. The second I get a chance, I'm snitching, bro. If I was in government, I'm innocent, man. I'm snitching, bro. Now, if I'm not, I'm hitting the moves. Hitting the moves on y'all. Snitch on everybody else. I'm gonna start talking my shit. I'm gonna be like, yeah, the Democrats, yeah, the Republicans, yeah, the old people, yeah, the young people. I'm gonna just start shooting. I'm gonna just start seeing what happens, I'm gonna just start throwing some shit out if I was, if I'm guilty. But yeah, anyways, that's the whole point of this video is don't be in the files. I think they're real. We need to start talking about that because, like, bro, we're not just gonna let them get away with this, bro. Like, they think they just gonna release all of it without the names and then be like, all right, guys, here, you got it, you guys won. No, bro. Whose name was that, bro? What if my goat is in there? I don't know who my goat is, but what if they are in there? That would suck. But yeah. Stay swag. Ooh, wait a minute. That might be a new outro, bro. Stay swag. So yeah, stay swag. Stay out of them files, brother. Keep your name. Keep my name out them files. And yeah, don't be a politician or a predator. Same thing.